you might have seen various ornaments which look like gold, which look like silver. Few articles or ornaments which look like gold or silver, but they are not pure gold or silver, isn't it? The earrings, the wrist, chain, what you wear may not be pure gold, but it looks like gold. But after a few months or few years, it loses its brightness, it loses its luster, they say. The brightness, that fresh look won't be there for such ornaments. But gold, it never gets fade usually compared to the artificial ones. Here, the gold plated ornaments, these are called. The gold plating is done, or copper plating is done, or silver plating is done. What are this gold, silver, copper? Are they not metals? Yes, they are metals. So these metals are a deposit on these electrodes which are used. So the deposition of any metal on such electrodes are called nothing but the process of electroplating. What is this electroplating? We shall study further. As I said you in the previous session about the chemical effect of electric current, under that we studied what are the effects or of this chemical effect of electric current. Means the gas may be released, the color of the solution may change, and the deposition of one metal on the another metal will take place. How does it take place? What is that process called? How it actually happens? What are its advantages? All that we shall be discussed in this session called the electroplating. What is electroplating and how it is actually done? The process we shall study now. The two copper plates are taken. The two copper plates are taken. It is neatly wiped. Make sure it is dry and connect the ends to, for the copper strips. What you have chosen, no children. Connect the terminals to the ends of the batteries. See, from this copper terminal, the wire is gone and it is connected to the positive of the battery, whereas from the second copper plate, the wire and it goes to the negative terminal of the battery. Like this, we should make the solution. Now, setup of the circuit. Now, we shall take the beaker, pour distilled water in it. We already know that distilled water is a bad conductor of electricity, isn't it? It does not conduct. Why? Because it does not contain any dissolved salts or ions in it. Hence, it is a bad conductor. So, what we shall do is, in the distilled water, let us put copper sulfate and dissolve in the solution. When we do so, this liquid now becomes a conducting solution, isn't it? Let us dissolve the copper sulfate solution. What is copper sulfate? CuSO4. That is how you represent chemical formula. CuSO4 is copper sulfate. When you dissolve few amount of copper sulfate in this distilled water and add dilute H2SO4. What is H2SO4? Sulfuric acid, isn't it? Dilute, acidic, dilute. Two are there, acidic and it is so corrosive, that is you burn your hand when it falls on your, by accidentally if it touches your skin, then it will burn. But dilute is not dangerous. So along with copper sulfate, we are adding few drops of dilute sulfuric acid as well. On doing so, the beaker becomes contains a conducting liquid in it. It contains a conducting liquid in it. Now, dip the copper plates which you have in turn connected to the battery with the help of connecting wires into the solution, as we did in the previous activity. To understand the chemical effect, there are carbon rods we used, children. So whatever want you electrodes you can use here. These copper plates itself are called as the electrodes. So whatever you are connecting to the battery and dipping, these are the electrodes. What are the electrodes now? Copper plates. Carbon rods were chosen previously. on whichever metal you want to deposit the other metal, no, that metal has to be inserted in the solution and those will act as the electrodes. Hope it is clear to you. So when you insert these copper plates in the solution and pass the current, how do you pass the current? We have connected the battery. Pass the current into the solution for about say 15 to 20 minutes. When you do so, when you pass the current itself, what will happen is the copper sulfate you have dissolved in the water, no children. What is CuSO4? I said the copper sulfate will dissociate, andre will separate itself as separately copper and sulfate. Got my point? CuSO4 is copper sulfate solution. So it gets splitted into Cu, copper separate and SO4 sulfate separate. So the copper, when it gets separated from the sulfate, what will happen is the copper will move towards the electrode which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. This is very important point you should keep in mind. When you pass the current, the copper sulfate dissociates into copper plus sulfate and the some amount, say exactly half of the copper in this will move towards, or it is drawn towards the electrode which is connected to the negative terminal of the body, of the battery, sorry. Which is the copper which is connected to negative terminal. Look, negative terminal of the battery is here and here you can see this copper plate. So the copper dissolved here will come near or move near this copper plate which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, and the copper gets deposited on this copper plate. Okay. What happens? I said half of the copper will go deposit on the electrode which is connected to negative of the battery. How about another half of copper, Andra? It will move towards the electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. It will get absorbed by this, by the other copper plate which is electrode which is inserted in the solution. Next what happens is, once you switch off and the power supply and then take out the copper plate, children, you can see the deposition of copper here on the electrode. The other half is dissolved or by this electrode, no children. Again this copper will be utilized, it will be released and moved towards the electrode in the next process. Again when you switch on the battery or pass the current, what will happen? The copper absorbed by this first electrode which is connected to positive terminal will again release the copper, and that copper will again move towards the negative terminal of the battery, that particular electrode, and again it gets deposited and the process repeats and copper will not be wasted. The copper does not get wasted. So like this, what we are doing, by passing current through the conducting solution and using one metal, the other metal is being deposited upon it. So this process of depositing the layer of metal over the other metal by passing electric current or electricity through them is called electroplating. Plating, you know, that is lepana anta heltaralla, plating, that is plating, children. Electro, why? Because by passing of electric current you are making that deposition of layer or coating, hence it is called electroplating. So this is about the electroplating and the related activity. This is very important question, children. So what all we did, take distilled water and dissolve copper sulfate solution and add few drops of diluted sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Yes, we did. I explained you. Connect the copper plates to the battery. Yes, it is connected, isn't it? Immerse the copper plates in copper sulfate solution. So we are immersing this electrodes in the copper sulfate solution. When the current is passed, CuSO4, that is copper sulfate, dissociates into Cu plus SO4. So when the current is passed, it gets dissociated into copper and sulfate separately. Free copper gets drawn towards the negative terminal of the battery and gets deposited on the electrode. That is what I said now, children. Free electrons will be attracted or drawn towards the electrode which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, and the copper gets deposited upon that electrode. From the other electrode, that is copper plate, an equal amount of copper dissolves in solution. Now one more electrode, that is the remaining half of the copper, what I said, is drawn by those or attracted or dissolved by that another copper plate. What happens next? Again when you remove and again when you switch on the current, the remaining copper which is on the other copper electrode will again start depositing on the other electrode. Thus copper gets transferred from one electrode to another, they say. It gets transferred from one electrode to another. So this process of depositing one metal on the other is by the help of electricity. That is important. Depositing of one metal over the other with the help of electricity is called, defined as electroplating. So where is this electroplating done? So you can say electroplating is one of the application of chemical effect of electric current. If chemical effect of electric current was not done or discovered, children, then no electroplating could be done. Where are these electroplating done? Andre, first one thing is the ornaments what you see, the gold, silver or various nowadays the gift items, the articles what you see are of white metal. The puja materials what you see, the maybe the table, a small table or lamps, silver deposited plates, what you say, the white metal, and you might have heard, isn't it, children? Is it a white metal? Maybe pure white metal, or the silver may be deposited. So process of Aitala. In one more example, apart from jewellery or ornaments or articles of gold and silver, children, one more application where we use this, use of this electroplating is chromium plating is done on various parts of the cars. Maybe the handles, you can see different, which looks like steel part in the cars, everywhere the chromium deposition is done. And also in the bathroom taps, you can see, no, it looks like steel, but this chromium plating is done. And the gas burners, you can observe, if you have not seen, the gas burners, the bath taps, the parts of the vehicle, even the bicycle handle, what you see, the steel like it looks, no, children, everywhere you see this chromium is deposited on, maybe on the iron or any another metal. Chromium is expensive, children. The metal chromium is highly expensive. So the whole thing cannot be made up of chromium. So what they do is they choose other metals according to requirement, and upon that this chromium plating is done. How? By electroplating. Then what you should do? You should use the metal upon which you have to deposit the chromium and then dissolve that chromium sulfate in the solution that is in the distilled water, so that chromium gets deposited on the desired metal, maybe say iron. Chromium, and one more advantage of this chromium is, children, it is not corrosive. If you even keep your taps for longer time, it doesn't get rusted. But when you say iron, it gets rusted very fast. When it is exposed to air, sunlight or water for continuously, it gets rusted. But chromium does not get rust very fast, and it does not lose its shining nature very fast, and it is scratch free. That is, for any simple scratch, it does not show any scratch upon it. It is scratch free. All these are the advantages which is making the deposition of chromium on any other materials or any other metals according to our requirement. So chromium we can see on the parts of the cars, on the bathroom taps, gas burners, bicycle handlebars, etc. As chromium is expensive, the whole thing or the material cannot be made up of chromium, and hence the deposition, electroplating of chromium is done on such materials. Electroplating of gold and silver already we discussed. Next is tin cans used for storing food. You know, nobody stores the food in any iron box, isn't it? Why? Because iron, it easily gets rusted, and the food which is stored in the iron container is harmful for our health or for our body. That is the reason upon that iron the tin coating is done so that the tin is not harmful to us. You can store the food in tin containers. Next is iron used in bridges and automobiles have zinc coating. You can observe the bridges or the automobiles are made up of iron. Why? Because it is strong metal, isn't it? Iron is this hard and strong metal. But when it is exposed for longer time for the air, water or sunlight, it gets rusted. When it gets rusted, it gets damaged fast. Yes, no? So, upon this iron, the zinc coating is done in order to safeguard those machineries or automobiles or the bridges, children. It is harmful if the bridges get damaged very fast. Many people will be traveling on the bridges, isn't it? So, upon the iron, the zinc coating is done so that it is protecting the iron from sunlight or direct exposure to sunlight, rainfall or any other calamities. Why? Because iron gets rusted very fast, whereas zinc does not get rusted. So these are the applications of electroplating, whereas electroplating is the application of chemical effects of electric current. So how do you define electroplating? Means the process of depositing a metal on the surface of another metal with the help of electricity is called electroplating. Where all you can see electroplating, I have explained you. How this electroplating is done, that is also I have explained you. This is very important question, children. So this completes the lesson, chemical effect of electric current. I have already sent you the notes. Please complete the notes and watch the videos. Any doubts you can ask me during the online class. Thank you, children. Have a nice day. Take care.